Oh, it does not get old. These lights are so much better than the old ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another We'll See Garage video. Today we're going to be working on my Audi A4 because it has a massive exhaust leak. If you see here, I've got me a brand new flex pipe from the...
Oh, hello there. How you guys doing?
Who invited this kid?
This is my garage. Last time I checked.
So, I've got my flex pipe here. I got it off of a weird website, but it looks like it'll fit. Hopefully it does fit. My flex pipe is broken. If you look here, there's a shiny flex pipe right there. That's because we cut off the old one and tried installing a new one with a couple clamps in hopes of fixing it, but that did not work. It worked for approximately 3 hours, and then it went back to being a huge exhaust leak. I'm going to include a clip of how it sounds now. Guy's scared to rev a car. So it's pretty bad.
We have a wannabe race car.
Aki's car has a downpipe, and this right now is louder than that. So we've got to fix that because that's not a good sound. So this is the part that we're going to be replacing it with. There is one other accompanying part that you need to do this install, because when you're trying to remove the old exhaust clamp, it might get messed up. The bolts might strip, something along those lines. So you can get an upgraded exhaust clamp. This is the part number EXC0023. If you remember in the downpipe video, Aki had to replace his because he ran into the same issue. His old exhaust clamp broke. We had to use a Sawzall to break it off, but I got a new one just in case that happens. And this is stronger. The other one it's a weak clamp. This one is nice and upgraded. It's a dual clamp. It's really thick, feels nice. Just pulled the car into the garage, so we have to wait for it to cool down. And in the meantime, what are we gonna be doing?
This kid wants to play Assetto Corsa. I'm gonna watch him crash a lot of times. We're gonna have fun.
We're gonna learn how to drift because our next project is gonna be a drift car.
No,
Hopefully.
it's not. Fiat, then drift car.
We're gonna fix the Abarth and make it nice, and then a drift car. But you know, we might as well start learning early. So we're gonna let the car cool down, and then we'll be back. Oh, the plan of attack. This attaches to your downpipe, right? Your catalytic converter. This whole part is rusted on the OEM flex pipe. These bolts are really hard to reach. This is hard to reach. So the easiest way of getting this job done is by pulling the downpipe off of the turbo from this side and removing the clamp from that side and then pulling it all out in one piece.
Wait, we're taking out the downpipe.
Yeah. And once those are out, we can work on getting the flex pipe off the downpipe, putting the new one on, and then reinstalling it like that.
Save it. There we go.
Should be cooled down now. Garage door has been open. It's a little warm. All right, car is relatively cool now. First thing we're gonna do is remove everything that we have to from the top. That would be the air box and everything that comes with it, and the coolant reservoir. We're gonna start with the air box. First, we've got ourselves a tiny Phillips head. There's supposed to be two here, but Mike only has one.
Yeah, should just. Yeah. Okay. Yoink. And whenever I wiggle this hose around, it is, as you guys can see, very stuck. And this is.
Just take the clamp off first, so you don't have to worry about that.
And just put it here. And just crush your hose. How am I supposed to get this now?
The help of a
big flathead. Because for some reason, the rubber and the plastic were best friends and did not want to separate.
So that's off.
When in doubt, somebody told me when, this wasn't coming off. Oh yeah, just slip it down below onto the softer part. You see how much this is to do now?
Yo, hold it straight, bro.
Yeah. How about you,
This is starting to turn into a rectangle.
Yeah. Because of you.
Only way we could conveniently put that back into place was this gigantic, what is that even called?
Would these be channel locks?
Yeah, channel locks. I think that's...
channel locks.
All right, math off. Take that sensor off. And now we're gonna take off this heat shield. 4 Phillips heads.
And that is one mini heat shield.
This is just a fat clip that pops off like that.
Same with the bottom. So if you pull hard enough, it should just... There we go. Yeah, so now...
Watch my sensor, bro.
Yeah, you don't need sensors in your life.
This.
And this should just... So what you're gonna do is twist it, pull it out, and then this should be free to leave.
Now you have more room to work with and you're pulling this thing out.
Now, just to make sure nothing gets into the turbo, we're just going to tape this pipe off. So it doesn't have to be precise, but just enough to block foreign things from coming inside.
Now we're gonna move this coolant reservoir and then we're gonna unplug the O2 sensors. This is simple, just 1 Phillips.
There's probably such a simple way to do this, but we're just too scared to break this car. Because you see it moving, and I feel the other part moving. It just will not want to come out.
Maybe a little more up.
That's one. I don't want to break plastic clip. Please.
If it's already bent OD.
Do you think that happened when we were doing maintenance on the car?
I don't know when it happened, I'm just saying. Looks like it's already bent.
What?
Watch it, buddy.
You're the one that left it.
Don't take that clamp off, because it's just gonna make more of a mess. There's the plastic, then there's that metal. I just bent it a little bit, so I made the hole that's holding the plastic. Yeah, that. Holding the plastic bigger, so now we should be able to pull it out. Pull it.
Okay.
Up.
I'm trying.
Forward and up. Up. There we go.
Something on the bottom here that I need to disconnect.
With our two clips, our Phillips head, and our sensor that goes in the bottom disconnected, you can put the reservoir to the side. And now we're gonna disconnect right here. These are the two O2 sensor plugs. You're gonna disconnect those. They route behind the engine and to the two locations. So you have to unplug them, undo the zip ties or cut them, and then pull them out over here.
Can I pull this out? Okay, I can. So that means now I should be able to do it with my fingers.
Now you can see there's a zip tie kind of holding it. Loosen this, and then there's gonna be a couple on the way that will also show you. This one first. This one
right here. If you run it back, there's a clip right there that holds it in. So I'm gonna try to squeeze it from the back since I actually have access to it. Motor's still a little bit warm. I'm gonna just try to pop it out.
This part that, you know, don't mind what's going on over here. Don't mind this situation, but this part right here, get a pry tool behind, or the first thing you want to do with your fingers is pull these two bits back and then pull it. Then it'll give you enough room to put a pry tool and then just yoink it out of there because it takes a lot of force. So that disconnects from there. We've got the car 10 feet in the air now. And, you know, I'm starting to see why the exhaust leak is so loud. Yeah, it's not really connected to anything. That's the Band-Aid fix, completely detached from my exhaust. And from here back is completely disconnected. So this is all just floating there. Master technician Jason has joined us.
There, I got it.
So there were how many zip ties in total? There's one on this side, there's one on this side, and there's one in the middle. Those are 3 zip ties you have to get.
It was zip tied right against. You could actually just go around from the back, and there's a wiring loom somewhere around here. It was zip tied to it. All you gotta do is take your freakishly long arm, come in, go around behind, and just cut the zip tie.
Now we've got to
Completely free the other one. They're zip tied together.
Okay, so it's a 2-in-1 deal. You get that middle zip tie out, and then both of them are free.
Yeah, just be careful when you cut the zip tie that you don't cut the harness off, because I'm sure if they would have done it, they would have cut the harness off.
Yeah, be careful not cutting the harness. I was telling Aki that. This is the bottom one, and this is the...
Because they're very careful about what they do.
That was Adam. That was not me. That was Adam.
I believe I did that.
So now that the 2 sensors are completely disconnected and free, we're gonna pull the down pipe off with the flex pipe.
5, 4. I know.
You see? If you hadn't done what I did, the AutoZone special, and did that whole thing, you would have the flex pipe into your down pipe. So what you would remove is you have a clamp, then you have an exhaust hanger, and then you have the 4 bolts that hold it to the down pipe. So those are the 3 things that you have to remove. Because mine is like split in half now, we have the clamp on one pipe, we have the hanger, and the down pipe bolts on another. So we're gonna work with the down pipe. So that's gonna be the 4 bolts here and the exhaust hanger. And then we're gonna pull that out. Then after that, we're gonna pull the hanging piece of pipe with the miserable flex pipe on it now, unclamp it, and take that off.
Fun fact, it's not gonna be this easy. I'm just making it look easy.
The girl video.
Huh?
Why are we, what is this, bro? A dent removal service now?
Yeah, he needed a hammer.
No.
It's the one star auto.
You gotta take the fender liner off, bro.
Yeah. We're taking the fender liner off before the
Okay,
end of
sure.
the
After,
project.
that's an after project. This kid just wants to destroy my car. Look at him. He knows what he's doing.
Baby hammer.
He got it.
Elbow deep into the, into the motor. Anger.
A lot of finesse, anger, and that.
Oh, we bent this heat shield out of the way. This is only going to be important if you're doing this on a 2.0 turbo Quattro 4MATIC Tiptronic.
Me and Jason are racking our brains trying to figure out how we're gonna get this one exhaust hanger out. And this kid is going full force with his heat assistant to wrap my headlight in jaggy red.
It looked good, Joe.
in order to get more room to get that exhaust hanger that's all the way up there, we're gonna take off this cross member, drop that, take it off, and then we're gonna
take our arthritis-ridden arm and put it up into places where it probably shouldn't belong.
So, how's it going, Oas?
It just takes a lot of feeling and a 13 wrench to get this hanger off.
Can you see what you're doing?
Not at all.
We got it.
Can't, yeah, so 13 wrench, feel around, get it on this, and just send it, bud.
All right, so now Jason is...
Yo, the transmission's in the way.
You're kidding.
Ja, ja, ja.
Not like with our keys, we were able to swing it to the left and pop it right after the top.
Let me go from the bottom.
Let me know when you're ready.
Rotate it towards our key.
Rotate it.
Can you rotate it?
No.
No.
So let's get that clamp off, go from there.
So with our exhaust hanger bolt out and the exhaust hanger free, we have to get this pipe out of the way. And this is why you buy a new exhaust clamp, because the bolt that holds the OEM clamp refuses to come out. So now we're just gonna cut it off.
Grab my shaft, bro.
This is supposed to come all the way up. You can see where my two pieces are now. So now we have to get this upper section out, which is connected to the downpipe.
All right, so it is 5:20 on the following day, which is now Sunday. And would you like to tell them what we're about to do, Oas?
We're about to Sawzall the exhaust hanger off so we can get this flex pipe out.
Has this job proven to be more difficult than you initially expected?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because on Akiv's car was when we first did this, and his car is a front wheel drive manual. The whole transmission setup up here is as small as it can possibly be. I've got me an automatic Quattro, and there is no space to work with at all. So, desperation. We've taken off the entire exhaust hanger. We've tried finagling it. That didn't work. So now we're just gonna Sawzall this hanger off.
There it is right there.
When times get tough, a Sawzall is there to save you.
Yo, that side that you cut is gonna be hot. Here she is in her full glory. God, we love cars, man.
So to review the process, there was no room to work with the auto transmission, like none at all. We could barely get this hanger completely detached from the car. So then I was like shoulder deep trying to get one side of the wrench holding this thing. Jason was underneath the car getting it like 1/8 of a turn each time. And we barely got the exhaust hanger disassembled.
Oh, also, if that wasn't a big enough issue, I may or may not have broken a solenoid. I believe it was the
VVT.
Yeah, the VVT solenoid. So, yeah, I kind of caused that. Yeah, hey guys, this should not be looking like this.
All this just so that I can sell the car. First thing that we have to do is remove this cut up flex pipe off of the catalytic converter. These bolts look like they've been through hell and back.
They've been through New York, so pretty much.
You should get new bolts. I don't have them. I'm probably gonna have to resort to getting new bolts, but we'll see. Out here trying to take a thumbnail, you know, the usual. And we have to rip off Adam's half work on this headlight, and he's very depressed about it.
No, I'm not.
Go ahead, bro. Take it off.
There we go. Here you guys go.
We've got the 13 on extension on the impact. We're gonna try to impact these off after soaking them in PB for like 30 minutes.
Do you guys see that? That's a mountain of rust. If I blow on this, Awas is probably gonna get a respiratory illness.
The threads are literally filled with rust. That is one bolt down, 2 left to go. Well, I just made it a 12.
So, we have resorted to fire. Having fun? What we're now starting to find out is that we might need to use a 12 for the other bolts, like that one, because the 13 will round it off.
We heated it up a lot and hammered a 12 onto there, so hopefully that's enough to get this bolt out.
It's rounded.
What?
Huh? Maybe that's enough leverage still. Go.
What do you mean it's rounded?
Me.
How?
Because it's 12 point. Because we heated it a lot, so it got malleable. Is this now an 11? Is that what you're
Oh my god.
Hey, it worked. This is probably honestly like how a pandemic starts, like the bubonic plague. We want to get this 12 on it like we did with the other bolts. However, there's a very Big clearance issue. So what we're gonna do right now, take a Sawzall, cut it off, because I mean, this pipe's garbage. Pipe. Okay, this little guy right here is going into retirement. Nice knowing you, buddy.
That does it.
That's no... God damn it. This is a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing, because guess what? Flex pipe came off. Bad thing, because, we need to use this.
That's easy. We'll just drill that out though. All right, Adam took a pick and a trusty hammer, and he picked it right out. So we've got piece number 1 and piece number 2. Done. Garbage, 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 tetanus. And now we are completely free from the catalytic converter, which is sitting way over there. And all that's left to do now is get this new flex pipe in the car. Well, I threw those bolts out, but turns out I need to go to Home Depot and get those same ones. So, I did not think I'd be doing this one. Where are my bolts? This is fun. I like this. Oh, we got a bolt. All right, that's one bolt. Now I need a nut. Oh, found one. Let's go. Okay, so I'm at Home Depot. Seems I've found the bolt. The lengths are a little bit off. The lengths are practically the same. This one's a little bit longer. They're the same thickness. Over here, like this. So, now I just need to get a nut for these two, and we'll be good. We got the bolt from Home Depot and the nuts from Lowe's. Moment of truth. Did I get the right bolts and nuts? Test number 1. Does the bolt go through the downpipe? Goes through the downpipe. Does it go through the new flex pipe? It does. Does it go through both of them? Oh my god, it does. Now the nut. Actually, let me put all 3 in there. I just had to put the nuts on. Please tell me the nuts fit. Go in, man. It works. Lowe's and Home Depot nuts and bolts work. So that was really the last piece of the puzzle, I could say, the nuts and bolts. We've got our gaskets, we've got our clamp, we've got the nuts and bolts. All we have to do is put this all back in the car. I'm currently alone, so I'm gonna try and mock up how we're gonna go about doing this. And then when I get help in a couple hours, we'll see how to put this back together. Because, I'm praying. Well, it turns out Adam P got the wrong gasket. These are not the same thing. You can see these are pretty, hold on. The metal one should be fine, honestly, so we're just gonna return the one that Adam got and use the old one. Pretty sure we got the right gasket for the downpipe, so let's just pry this one off. Oh my god. Wow, this is, hold on. Hands are more effective than tools. This is the old gasket. Definitely can't use this again. This is our new gasket. This one fits. So the first thing I did was put the catalytic converter back on the turbo. So I put a couple bolts to hold it in place. And now without the hanger on there, me and Jason are gonna try to put the flex pipe, attach the flex pipe to the cat and see how that goes without the exhaust hanger. Oh my god. All right, I don't know if you guys are able to see this, but as you can see, Jason's got his fingers all the way down there. And he is getting the bolts. Hold on, let's see him in action right now. Boom! Get the bolt through there. So that's nut and bolt number 2. So I'm holding it from the bottom, Jason's doing it from the top. So we've got our catalytic converter on. And we've also got our flex pipe. Flex pipe is down there. You can see the exhaust hanger sticking out right there. So they're attached loosely now. But our exhaust hanger is still sitting in our hands. So we've got to formulate how we're going to try to put that in there. So Jason is from up top, put this hanger into its location. And he's threading it without even seeing it. So the exhaust, as you can see, has a lot of play in it. So we have enough room to try to get the exhaust hanger in there. Yeah.
It just so happened that our exhaust is in the way of our exhaust. And a wasp? Yeah. The exhaust hanger goes in the hole on top, the one that mounts to the car. Then the one that's attached to the flex pipe threads into the exhaust hanger and then bolts into the car from the hole on the bottom.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It's threaded. We've threaded it in. That's also loose now. So now we have to figure out how to get the bolt that mounts the flex pipe's hanger to the car's hanger right there.
Oh, hey!
You can see him?
Yeah.
Maintaining eye contact.
Yeah, I was just
I don't. How do you even see him? Oh, Jason!
People are feeling something and they can't see, their eyes just.
All right, Jason's gonna hold the bolt and spring. He's gonna put it up to that hole, and then I am going to insert the nut from the other side
Put it on.
and lock
Stop talking, put it on.
it into place.
That's my finger.
That's Jason's finger. Can you push it through a little bit more?
Yeah, you got it.
Try to put it a little bit more.
No, like a...
No, wait. We gotta put it in more.
Why?
It's not on all the way. We're gonna tighten this top one, and then after that one's fully tight, we're going to tighten this bottom one right here.
Put the wrench on it.
That bolt that, hold on, Jason. That bolt that you see right there, and then we're gonna tighten that one second. Holds it to the car, and then the
We'll get this stuff.
all right, you need to push it more. All right, perfect. I'm holding the bolt, the nut on the other side of that bolt right there, and Jason is going to tighten it. This is the same way it came out. 1/8 of a turn. That's what you got to do over here, and one person holding the wrench up here. I'm being thorough in case anybody actually wants to go through this nightmare of a process. So now the exhaust mount is in there solid. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to tighten up the flex pipe to the catalytic converter. I lied. We're tightening up the down pipe. I'm sorry, the catalytic converter completely.
Click.
Okay, so Jason took off this axle cover previously when we were taking everything off because
Originally, it was for another purpose that I don't recall. But for right now, the reason that it's still off is because so the wrench will actually sit right on top of the axle to hold the bolt in place while we spin the nut on from the bottom. This is for the flex pipe holding onto the catalytic converter.
what?
Mother lover.
We're gonna get that one from the top. So 2 from down here, the top one from the top. You'll find yourself like this a whole lot doing this job. The way I'm holding this wrench is not conventional at all, by the way. You just gotta find a way to get that. Hold it still while they ratchet from down there. So that's the wrench right there. You gotta like, very awkwardly hold that wrench while it gets ratcheted. So that's the flex pipe fully tightened to the catalytic converter.
So now all we got left to do is plug this one in.
Hey, buddy, down.
And this one. The clamp, the support from underneath.
The big bar. Sorry about that. Put your coolant reservoir back into place after you plug in those O2 sensors, and you're good to go on the side. It's still outside, Jason. Why are you lying to me, bro? There we go.
Was it lined up? Was it lined up?
Oh, it's in there.
Was it lined up? Did I need to put it on it first and go?
This clamp goes on like this. Put on the stock exhaust, slide it over. There's going to be a gap there. Jason said that's normal. Slide it on. Try to get it centered.
That's good.
Right there. Should be good.
Do we have a brap wrap?
A brap brap.
Yeah, so we need the brap wrap.
I knew. This guy's going to smack me in the face with the ratchet for the second time today.
Solid.
That wraps up everything with the exhaust. We're going to put the intake on, start it, and hopefully it is not loud, because if it is still leaking from somewhere, I am going to drive this car off of a cliff. Now, while we were taking off the O2 sensor wires from behind the engine, Adam P managed to break the VVT solenoid, which is right there. Axle cover's going back on. Comically large channel locks are the key to getting these clamps on properly. On and off. This is the moment of truth. Will this car finally be quiet? Because ever since the day I got it, it has been loud. There's been an exhaust leak. So everything is put back together. Our O2 sensors plugged in. The airbox is in. You're gonna see if it's loud. Please don't be loud. Oh my God. It's only engine sound. What did you just say?
That looks amazing with the hood down. You should keep it. I like my work.
This guy thinks he's funny. Like, what actually is that? It's like, it's bleeding.
No, what it is, right? Red headlight, because he's dangerous. And then we could have made, you know, the Adidas stripe with the red, but like, why not section off? And the black is the Adidas stripe. German.
It's quiet, finally. The engine is quiet. The exhaust is quiet. I can finally sell it. Well,
It's so good. Just look at it.
it's time to rip off your hard work, buddy.
No, it works. I should have made that one red, but I decided to rip it off too.
And just like that, the B7's exhaust is back to OEM spec. Perfect, completely quiet. Now, we did have to Sawzall some things here and there, but in the end, everything worked out. The exhaust is completely perfect now, because really the only issue is that there's no space to work with when everything is conjoined, and you can't do anything about that because it's rusted. So once you have everything out, and you have all your new pieces, new bolts, all that, it's easier to get stuff in there because you can actually detach things, have them loose. I'm actually selling the car. Today is Wednesday. On Friday, the new owners are going to come and pick it up. So kind of saddening to let it go, but when you get a deal that's too good to refuse, you got to go with it. One B7 is enough. We have our keys track car. We'll have plenty of content coming out of that car for you guys. But with this being gone, that means the Abarth is coming back. Now, we haven't told you guys what's wrong with the Abarth. It's just went MIA after like the exhaust video, I think it was. So she's still here. I haven't sold that. We just have to go through a little bit of a major repair, you know? So haven't really disclosed to you guys what that major repair is, but you'll find out soon enough. Our school ends in almost less than a month now, and we're gonna get straight to that. We're gonna be fixing it. Whole lot of Barth content coming. I have more stuff to show you guys due to that car than I can even read out to you right now. So stay tuned for that for sure. And that about wraps up this video. I'm just gonna show you guys how it sounds now, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All your support is very much appreciated. We appreciate every one of you guys that subscribes and sticks around, and we'll see you in the next video. So yeah, that's how it sounds. Hopefully you can tell the difference on the video. I don't know, you might not be able to, but I hopefully do. Take it from me, it's completely quiet now. All it is just engine sounds. And these engines, they sound like tractors. I'm sure B7 owners and Audi owners in general know. They just sound like tractors. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Catch you in the next one.